Okay, yeah, so okay, go for it.
Okay. Okay, so hi everybody. Thanks for whoever can be here during the class. And for those of you listening to this during the recording, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. So I am Ray. I have been in Web3 for almost a year now. And like many of you, it's been an extremely crazy roller coaster of learning. And so I'm happy to be able to take any bits of what I've learned and share them with you guys, as I think that learning is absolutely foundational to all of our success if we're all going to make it here. So what I'm going to be talking about tonight is Discord etiquette, organization and professionalism, and whitelist strategies. So I know that a lot of you guys really enjoy, the sort of the degen moves, the alpha color course. A lot of what I'm going to be talking about tonight is foundational to your success overall in the space. And is really important for just how you carry yourself and for the name that you want to build on this platform. So let's dive in. Let me see here if I know how to. So these are some of the projects that I've been a part of. Hey Beast, Clementine's Nightmare, Antonym, MB3, MSC Imaginary Ones. This is actually pretty outdated. I haven't added anything to this. So I've been part of quite a few since then. So first we're just going to talk about whitelists. Everybody knows what a whitelist is, how to get on a whitelist. If you're new to the space and you're wanting to build liquidity, the past meta has been that whitelists are the way to do that. They're low risk, there's no upfront cost, you can choose to mint, and it provides networking opportunities. The meta in this space is always changing, so I do foresee a shift in that, but the bottom line is that there will always be opportunities gained when you're on a wait list and you're the first to a really good project. So Discord etiquette is key when building a name for yourself in this space. Protect, foster, and value the reputation you build in this space if you're looking to be here long term. And Discord etiquette to me means that it's safe for work. What you talk about, how you carry yourself, it's how you would carry yourself in a work environment. Anything that's not safe for work, don't use regardless of the environment and what other people are doing. 99% of the time, mods are looking for mature holders for their projects, or if you're looking to get a job in this space, founders are looking for, mature people who carry themselves well. Not safe for work context reflects immaturity and a lack of respect for the community. And most of the projects that are going to succeed have business-minded people behind it. So show respect to the community and be appropriate. So that's basically that's the foundation to how you carry yourself in this space. Be professional. A lot of these you never know where you're going to meet someone in this space who's going to be the next key to the door that you're going to go through. And you always want to act like it's a job interview when you're meeting with people, when you're connecting with people for the first time. It changes once you get to know them, of course, just like in any work environment or friend group. But when you're first interacting with people, treat it like a job interview. So one of the things that I think people really struggle with is evaluating how to find a good project. So projects are looking to build community. So community is something that you want to look for when you are trying to evaluate. Do people want to be there? And do they want to be there for the right reasons? Like, are they just there because it's a huge grind culture, or are they there because they believe and have a conviction about the project they're a part of? So this space is filled with people from ages 14 to 60, and most of these businesses are looking to build a community. And why? Because communities foster brand loyalty. Communities are built upon relationships and connections. They stimulate emotional attachment, which in turn makes the client assign value to a project or an NFT. Approximately 60% of the value is ultimately determined by the community. So here's some attributes of a good community when you're looking to evaluate a project. So you'll see meaningful connections between community members, teams supported by the community, respect and support from community towards team encouraging and providing opportunities for education and engagement in the community, and transparency. So an NFT is like it's like investing into a stock, right? In the stock market, you would likely evaluate your potential investment before jumping in. So when you're evaluating a project, the key things to look for when deciding on a project to grind for or to try for is the hype real? Like I have noticed that the same group of like 1,000 people jump from project to project, and they're all looking to do the same thing, get in and get out. They're all a bunch of paper hands, and like that's not a bad thing. A project needs paper hands in order to generate the royalty revenues. So paper hands are just like part of this place. But when the entire project is built on paper hands, then you're in a dangerous spot, because you're going to see people undercutting each other, and the floor is going to drop if you're in the project for a flip. So when you're looking at hype, you want to look at the type of people hyping up the project. And are they talking about it on YouTube? Is it being mentioned in alpha groups? Is there engagement on the Twitter? Is there excitement around the project? And again, you're looking at the people who are engaging with it. You'll start to recognize if the same group of people are moving from project to project, and that same group of people, if they're all looking to just flip the project, you don't have any long-term investors in that project, then you're going to get yourself into an undercutting situation when that project mints, and a lot of your time getting into that whitelist is going to be wasted. So you also want to look at a roadmap. These two roadmaps I threw up here just for an example because they fit on the screen, but I'm looking for a much more detailed roadmap. I'm looking to see, like, again, when you're looking to invest into a project and get on their whitelist, you're basically funding a startup. So you want to see what the plans are for this company, and where they're going to take this project, and at what point in time. Sorry if you guys can hear that. I have my baby right beside me. He's playing with a toy. At what point in time they're looking to have certain goals met, and how they're going to go about that. So when it comes to the roadmap, is the team, like, things that I look for are is the team actually carrying out the plans that they say they're going to do? I go back and I read the announcements from day one, and sometimes that'll take me like 3 hours, and I'll have to do it over a few days. But I'll look at, like, are they keeping their community up to date? Are they following through? Is there a lot of broken promises or announcements about announcements about announcements that never actually come to fulfillment? So I really investigate if this project deserves to have my whatever 0.09 ETH that they're asking for. I'm conservative with my spending, and I don't like to just give it away. So I want to evaluate if their roadmap is attainable, and if they are actually carrying it through. And then I want to look at engagement. So I've heard, like, there was this one project that was really hyped recently, and a lot of YouTubers were talking about it. And when I went in the Discord, like, it was very low engagement. There wasn't a lot of hype around it, and I thought maybe there's just a little bit more going on here than I know about. But sure enough, the project didn't even mint out. And engagement is so important. Like, are people spending time? Like, is the community active? I look at what are the reactions on the announcements and on their Twitter posts. If they post an announcement, the Discord says it has 30,000 people on it, but for every announcement they have 100 likes. Then only 100 people of that 30,000 people are actually looking at the announcements, which is a very bad sign. Are the mods engaged and active in the Discord? What's their AMA attendance like? Are people actually wanting to see where they're going? Are the chats active? And then the team, is the team docs? That's really important to me. Like, why do you need to hide? If I'm going to give you my money, I want to know who you are. What's your past experience like? What collaborations and partnerships are you guys building? And what connections are being made in this space? So these are all really important things to me. And what's the utility? PFPs alone are not selling anymore unless they're blue chips. There needs to be more to an NFT. I think we all know that. Is it a gaming NFT? I think we're going to see a lot with the blockchain technology. We're going to see a lot of use cases for NFTs that haven't even been introduced yet. So just being current with what the shifting dynamics are in the market and what's being onboarded into the blockchain technology. And then creativity. I do not grind for any knockoffs. Like, if this is a knockoff, then the idea has come and gone and people are just trying to capitalize on that. And I'm looking for the next new thing. If you look back at the history of what has done well, it's usually because it was new and it hadn't been done yet. So I don't waste my time on knockoffs. So if you decide you find a project and just so happens to be that it's a grind culture for whatever reason, because we have not yet gotten past that, as much as people say that it's not a grind culture, it still very much is a grind culture out there. It's just sort of shifting away from chatting grind culture. Sometimes now there's contests. We are getting into a little bit more like of the raffles, but I do see a lot of projects still emphasizing engagement and attendance in their Discord. So one thing, this is actually all foundational to like building up your reputation as well. It's not just for whitelist grinding, it's for just your general name in this space and this is just something, this is a personal preference. It does not make or break who you are. People can get away with anything, but using an actual image of yourself or a real person, there's a human psychology behind that, is that people are drawn to real human faces. So if you have your own picture or even just a picture of a real human being on there, you're actually noticed out of the whole mass of people way quicker than a bunch of people who have a PFPs that they've paid 10 ETH for. Like, their human instinct is drawn to a human face. So if you're looking to stand out and get noticed and to be recognizable, then you can choose a picture of yourself if you want to dox yourself, or just a picture in general that's going to be your, like, my husband used to be a part of this Facebook group, and he didn't have his real picture on there, but it was someone that sort of looked like him, and I was like, why do you have that picture? And like, he also understood the psychology behind it, but people got to know him by that picture, and he had a lot more people trusting him, and it just, people trust people, and it demonstrates that you're a real human being. So yeah, that's just presentation of self. So whenever you want to obtain a waitlist, if there is criteria to be met and it's not just your standard raffle, have a plan. I personally like to go for one project at a time because that's my capacity, but other people have different levels of capacity. So just know what you're capable of doing, and then get to know everything, like I said, about the project. Don't be lazy on this part. Find out what the whitelist requirements are. If they're invite based, it's usually not a good sign. Invite contests artificially inflate hype and don't create a sustainable and loyal community. See what they're looking for. Oftentimes there are whitelist opportunities through games, contests, engagement. Read the relevant announcements. Again, I go back right to the start and read them. Observe how far they've come since they started. Is there lore? If there is, learn it. Are they promising utility? If they are, figure out what it is. Do the mods have Twitter? Follow them. Become immersed in the project. If a random person were to come into the chat and ask a question, make sure you're the person who knows how to answer them. And why is this important? It goes back to community building and just showing the community that you know who they are, you want to be a part of them, and you are committed. So that's what projects are basically looking for. So once you know your community, start to chat. So this is I would say sort of I would say that this strategy worked better from November of 2022 until about March of this year, but I don't think that we're outside of it. So because I've been a part of some projects recently and I noticed that this was the quickest way to get whitelists for them. So once you know your community, start to chat with people. Message counts aren't important, but I personally do use them as a marker of consistency and effort. For instance, sometimes I'll make a goal of like chatting until I've reached 30 messages that day or something, just to show that I'm popping in every day, I'm consistent, and I'm interested in the community. I want my participation to be real, and I don't want to spend all day there. So I make my time, intentional. I get to know people, and I want to be effective and strategic. So some people, I've actually run into a lot of people in this space who really struggle with how to chat. Like they've actually come and added me as a friend and asked me like, can you give me pointers on how to actually chat in a conversation? So in a Discord conversation. So I decided to add in some slides here on just the basics of chatting because I had no idea that some people did struggle with this. So if you're an expert chatter, just breeze by this part. But whitelist chatting can actually be a great way to build your own network of people. When chatting, make your messages count. Quality is greater than quantity. Sit and wait for someone to say hello. It's like fishing, and then reply hello with at least 2 questions. When they respond, continue the conversation, always ending in a question. People love to talk about themselves. So stimulating ongoing conversations with people rather than just spamming or having small talk will stand out if you're consistent with it. And diversify your chatting, chat in a variety of channels. Don't ask when whitelist. Like, I mean, you can as a joke, but I just find everybody comes in and they're just interested. They don't show genuine interest in other people there. They're just looking out for themselves and trying to figure out what they need to do. You're probably doing that too, but at least try to make some friends along the way. Voice chat is another key way to get noticed and engage and actually get to know people a lot better, because hearing someone's voice, again, it goes back to human psychology. Like, now that you're hearing my voice right now and you see my picture, you have a better idea of who I am, and it's forming a relationship between me and you, and we're building trust between each other. So connecting in VC brings the community feel to a more authentic and personable level. It's the highest quality of engagement outside of face-to-face interactions. Highly valuable connections can be built, higher chance of remembering who you are talking with and building a lasting relationship. If VC is not, this was I think Lord Slabs did this when he came into see our last pilot course. But if VC is not popular in that project, band together with a group of friends and become the VC crew. This will be very noticeable and bring the spotlight on all of you. So another thing is that every server and every community is just a little bit different. So sometimes I'll go in and I'll look at what's been working in that community for other people who are already whitelist. So I'll look them up, I'll look at what they've been talking about, if they've been engaged in the games, and like figure out how they got their whitelist, and I'll just follow suit. And become friends with the team. So get to know the mods or any of the team who interact with the server, not for the simple fact of getting whitelist, but also because it is an amazing networking opportunity to get to know people, especially people who are already connected. Don't be the person who jumps on a mod when they log in. Wait until you see them in a conversation and try to piggyback on that conversation or say something more than just hello. Ask them about themselves, how they got into NFTs, introduce yourself. It goes back to etiquette. These are people too. Like, just, it's person to person. Just get to know them. It's helpful to research the mods' chat history to get a feel for what they like and what they are interested in if you want to go that route, and sort of just have something to talk with them about. Fan art, most effective if you're one of the first people to the project. If you're early, be one of the early fan art contributors. if you're later to the project and look at what everyone else is doing and do something completely different. A lot of and by different I mean if people are just doing the same pictures over and over again, videotape yourself doing a dance for the project. Like that's still art, and it'll completely stand out. When I was in one project, I started redoing, taking lyrics from popular rap songs and creating my own, sort of rap but about that project. And then I would post that. And that was a great way. Other people actually started doing it, and we got into a huge rap battle, and it was a lot of fun. So a lot of the same art is created and loses its excitement. Try to create art that is new and unique. Post your fan art in your bio and on your Twitter, and ask friends privately to support it, not in chat. It's not tactful. Consider making fan art for a variety of team members, including mods and the core team. So other tips. When you meet people in the chat and they are receptive to talking to you, remember them, remember their details, and connect with them. If you need to write it down on a piece of paper, do it. But that's how you'll build your network in this space. I've made a lot of my strong connections through just remembering who people are, and when I've talked with them early on. This will make grinding easier too, because you'll actually make friends in the server. Enter every giveaway, retweet and share all their posts. Be seen and don't hide. Like and read every announcement. If you get whitelists, don't abandon the server. Continue to spend time there when you can, but take a break. Before you guys have questions, one thing I wanted to talk about for a little bit, but I don't have slides for it, is just general organization in professionalism in the space. Is that I've found since being a part of Web3 is that all of a sudden, now that I've been here for almost a year, I am part of so many groups, so many giveaways, so many whitelists, so many different opportunities that are being built in the back end, that I'm starting to lose track of what is going on. So I think that organization is really key here, and just a personal thing that's worked for me is having a spreadsheet, and every tab is something different. So all my whitelists I have, and their dates are on one tab. On another tab, I have all of the different Discords I'm in and why I'm in them, because some of them are for I do have them organized in folders on my Discord, but some of them are for beta bots that are being tested. Some of them I'm in it for certain connections. I just have everything written down because I lose track so quickly. Another one is my alpha groups, just organized. Another one is what I bought projects for, what I sell them for, or things I have on the go, or places I want to get a part of. Is that keeping organized really helps me to be able to prioritize. I think being organized and on time in these places, again, we're presenting ourselves. Web3 is just beginning. You are early. Everybody says that, but it's true. There's going to eventually be mass adoption. I have absolutely no doubt. But what the use case is going to be has not yet been discovered. Web3 is still playing around. All this degen stuff, it's gonna come and go. Always be prepared for the next thing that's coming. The meta is changing so fast. And always just be on guard, organized, presenting yourself, and ready to take whatever comes your way. Because when it does, when mass adoption does come, you want to be someone who made connections early and who is trusted. It takes, a while to build a reputation, but it can be destroyed so quickly. So protect your reputation, protect your name in this space, and just have integrity. So that's basically all I have to say. Do you guys have any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. So when you already told us that you got hate, for example, did you apply all of these strategies while you got when you got hate? Because yeah, I tried to get hate and I gave up near the end because it was so competitive. It was just no way for me.
Yeah, that's a great thing. So yeah, so for hate, yep, I hate was my first project, and I let me see here. I found that the basics of chatting, was absolutely key in HAPE. Is the mods were looking for, like, so I looked back at everybody that was getting whitelisted, and I looked up their name, and I looked at what they were saying and how many message counts they had. Some people, it was taking them like literally 10,000 messages to get whitelisted, and other people it was taking them maybe 1,500 messages. So I realized very quickly that it was not the number of messages, it was the quality of messages. So people who were who were really getting to know other people, and developing relationships within the server, and who were active in at least 3 things and contributing to the community. So yeah, I made some different things for HAPE. I spent time in mental health and chatted with people who were struggling through some real life problems that I didn't mind chatting with them about. I just put myself out there. I was kind and polite, professional, and it worked out. Yeah. So, and for fan art, I remember doing something different. Well, actually, my husband was in Hate Beast too. He also got whitelisted, applying these same tactics, and he ended up writing a book, a children's book, which I helped him with. But it was different. Nobody else had done it before. So, yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, thank you. Also, everything like what you said earlier about having like a real person on your profile picture. Actually, after you said it, I started thinking about it, and it's true. Yeah, I noticed more people that have an actual person as a profile picture than like any other NFT. So that made a lot of sense. I'm thinking about doing it now.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that that makes sense to you.
Yeah, guys.
Does anybody else?
I'll just add something onto that, and we're talking in the chat the chat now, and we're just saying that obviously we believe that I believe personally that the whitelist meta will come back, and that's purely because people are going to get annoyed with the whole Freeman thing because it's not going to bring them any real value long term. So what they're going to look to do is look for investments, and that's going to mean there's going to be competition to get the whitelist, and the meta will just come back. I really do believe that. But one thing I will also say is that, guys, this lesson's been great not only because it teaches you how to get whitelist, but also because if you're a mod, this is what you're trying to look out for. So you're trying to look out for these qualities that Rachel has described, like people who are, there for the project, not just asking when whitelist, that are actually trying to engage, because those actually are the type of people that most projects want. So I will say, just, take that on board, not only from a consumer perspective, but from a supplier. Giving out whitelists is something that you need to do very carefully, because it can literally sink your project if you give out whitelists to the wrong people. So it's I've seen projects go down just because they're too loose with the whitelist, or they do one huge raffle that gives out like half them into like a raffle, which I think is ridiculous. So yeah, guys, pay, like, obviously this whole thing right now isn't the meta, but at the same time it kind of is, because you've got things like what are some hyped ones coming out? I think Gas, you've got Sin, you've got there's a few hyped ones coming out. I can think of a couple other ones, maybe not as hyped.
HQ, phase 2.
Yeah, Garbage Friends as well is going to be coming out. You know, things like that. So there will be some big projects that you probably, yeah, Oak Paradise, as well as another big one that's coming out. Garbage Friends, man, I hope I get my hands on one of those, because I think it's just going to bring back the whole random character collective. Um, and yeah, so you know, obviously it's good to have these strategies, and glad you guys joined us again tonight. And you know, we're just building and building and building. It's amazing. Every night we're just building to our arsenal. We've got a few days left. I know, yeah, Nano X. When is that supposed to be coming out? People have been talking about that, the Nano Pass. People have been.
I don't know. I have whitelist for it, and I used all of the strategies in here, and I actually made some really good friends there. But I'm just waiting.
Yeah, guys, Otaku is one that OK works with. It's I love the art. It's kind of like it's like anime style, but it kind of reminds me of, like, I don't know, like kind of like Muri, but a different kind of style of Muri. So I mean, you can go check out the artwork. I think it's pretty dope. He's put, if you look in the group chat, it is a free mint. 50% have minted, and now they've turned it to free because I think it was a 0.1 mint or something like that. But the collection's pretty cool, and when they do obviously flip the switch, I think that it could do okay for a free mint, especially since it's such a small collection. It could pump tomorrow, so keep an eye on that. And yeah, guys, we're gonna keep building, and you know, obviously, the end goal. What is the Nano HQ link?
What?
Nano HQ.
What?
Have you got that?
Yeah, like, am I waitlisted or do I have the link? Did you say?
Someone's asking for the link.
Oh, I'll send it.
Are you whitelisted there?
Yes.
Oh, jeez. Okay, well done. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, well done. Yeah, Ray's, if you don't know, Ray is an absolute machine when it comes to whitelist. You can see she's got her shit together, and I think it comes from her organizational skills, as well as her research skills. I think that if you put in enough research and you organized enough, it's quite easy to pick up these whitelists because you'll see a pattern. Tomorrow night we have another lesson, and it's going to be super exciting. Tomorrow night we have a alpha pass and tool demonstration. So we're going to be going over token, giving you our no holes barred opinion of token, NFT Sensei, and we have Mintify, who we're collaborating with. They're going to be in the house showing us their tools. So hopefully we'll get beta access to that. We'll show you guys the behind the curtain of a few of these alpha passes. So we'll go into all of them and show you what it's like inside, what type of calls are being made, the success stories, what type of benefits they have, like Squishy Squad. We're going to go over so many tomorrow night. Champs Pass, I think, Journey, Ditka's really, he's got almost every pass, I think. And then the tool demonstration with Mintify themselves, with the founders. So they're going to be in here showing us that. Simon will be here as well from Nikki G server, the G babies. So join us tomorrow night, and yeah, it's going to be a good run. Same time tomorrow night. It will be recorded if you can't make it, but I would suggest making it to that one because there is a potential that you get beta access to Mintify from being here tomorrow night. I'm not promising it, but I'm just saying I don't know what the guy's going to offer, but he might offer that. So you never know. I haven't actually had enough time to communicate with him on that. Also on Friday, I'll just put it in the chat now. I've come up with a pretty cool concept, and Nikki G has agreed to go along with it. So we are running the shit, and it is going to be from the Bridge 3, the Bridge 3 Twitter, and I'm just going to put it in the VC chat now so you guys can see the concept of it. It's pretty dope. It's called Sink or Swim. So we're going to have these projects on
Rick, are you still talking?
Yeah, can you not hear me?
Because I can't. You're muted.
Oh shit, I don't know how I muted. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So guys, if you look in the VC chat now, on Friday we're gonna have an AMA called Sink or Swim. It's through Bridge 3, and all of these projects are going to be doing giveaways. So there's 5 projects going to be doing the AMA. They're all going to be doing giveaways in the AMA. So it's going to be like a mega spaces. You have to be in the spaces, and you have to retweet the spaces in order to qualify. We've got Gas Guzzlers, we have Cryptoria, Eternal Vikings, Summit Club with Tom Youngs, and Alfuz, which is a really dope one. I really think that one's going to do well for some reason. It's like elves, but the artwork's super dope. So those are the projects for the first week, and we're going to be doing it every week. It was a concept that I came up with. I was going to do it through Alpha Kennel, but I decided that it's best that we collaborate with Bridge 3, because obviously I work with them, and you know, I do want Bridge 3 to succeed, because that means we succeed, because all of the projects that we're getting, the ones that you see here, Gas Guzzlers, we have Papa and we have Pinky that are working there as mods, and you know, Summit Club, Ditka works there as a collab manager, and then we've got a few other projects that are just launching. Alfuz is still new, so they potentially going to be looking for mods, alpha callers, whatever else. I'm not sure about Cryptoria and Eternal Vikings, but what's going to happen is we're going to have them all up, and then they're going to basically do their pitch, and then we're going to laugh at them, or, you know, heart emojis, or, you know, sad emojis or whatever. We're going to just either get roasted or not get roasted. So they'll each have their turn to come up, do their pitch, and the judges will roast, or, you know, give them a big up if they think the project's good. And then they all themselves will be doing giveaways. So people in the spaces are going to be winning stuff, loads of prizes. Yeah, and it's just another thing that is coming to all you guys. You know, like I'm just saying, we're building something here. We're building a family and a team that, you know, I think we're all going to succeed, and we're all going to do really well. So thanks for joining us again tonight, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow night for the tool demonstration. It's going to be awesome with Mintify. Simon and the founders of Mintify are going to be in here. We'll be checking out the program, and then I'll show you guys a couple others. I'll show you a sneak peek. I need to just ask for allowance first, but I'm sure it will be fine, of Bridger, if you haven't heard of Bridger. Bridger's a pretty cool one as well. It's a new one coming out. So NFT Sensei, Token App, Flipper. We're going to be talking about nodes, and it's going to be awesome tomorrow night. So if you guys want to learn how to bot and all that type of stuff, and, you know, like with the Freeman meta going on, it's quite useful to know. Join us tomorrow night. It's going to be another banger. As you can see, we're consistent. We're doing it every night. This video will be released. And yeah, we're just going to keep running this stuff, and I can't wait. Ray actually hasn't been here to hear the hype, but you know, Ray, we've been talking about us launching Freeman's as a team, so we really want to do that from within the Alpha Kennel, and we're looking to do that, you know, and catch this meta while it's still there. So there's a lot of cool things coming out through the Alpha Kernel, not only this course, but we're going to actually give you guys, you know, the space and the opportunity to use these skills and make a name for yourselves in Web3, because like I always say, your name in Web3 is your currency, not the amount of ETH in your wallet. All right, guys, I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you again for joining us. It's been an awesome one again. I loved it. Recording will be up, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night.
Thank you, Rick and Rachel.
Thank you guys so much, man. Have a good night, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Ciao.